Welcome to Off Grid Victory. So I wanted to show you guys a build that I'm doing from the bathroom in my shipping container home. This will be the container that houses the bathroom facilities as well as the kitchen and a pantry and some living space. And so what I decided to do in my tiny home shipping container is put a cast iron tub. Now this cast iron tub is one of the few salvage materials I have in the shipping container. Everything else I purchased. I'm kind of going against the tiny house movement by not utilizing more free or renewable or reusable material. I do what I can. In this particular case, I am reusing this cast iron bathtub that I had in my previous homes. And it's a pretty good tub. I'm not sure when it was manufactured, but I mean, it could be as old as, I guess, the 60s. Who knows? But it's an older tub, and you can see here the brand right there. It's an old American Standard, and so yeah, I mean, it still has a lot of life in it. It's a nice tub. It weighs not quite a ton, but a few hundred pounds, most definitely. And so I wanted to use it in my tiny house container build. And as you can see, with the tub mounted sideways, I really don't have a lot of space going on in my container. It pretty much takes up the bulk of the space. However, I will be able to have a nice shower in here, and so I wanted to show you how I did the build. So the hardest part of this bathtub, and you can see here the drain. Here's the drain right here. It's already installed, and right here is the air vent hole or the water outlet for overflow. But anyway, the hardest part of this build was actually putting the mechanics of this tub in place. And so let me show you where the drain goes here from this side. So right here, it's buried underneath, so you can't really see the drain, but this tub pretty much went to the floor. There was probably only about a 1/4 inch of space between the tub and the floor. And with the shipping container, with this hardy backer material, the cement board that I'm using, I had about maybe 1.25 inches of drilling I had to do in order to accommodate this pipe. And so the drain was cut in here and here. And this is a little bit different because what I want to do here is, this is the overflow for the tub. What I want to do here is I want to put more plumbing in here for a drain. And so this drain is going to accommodate the rest of the plumbing that's going to go in here. And so let me show you that from the outside. But yeah, it's a pretty tight fit. I had to do a lot of engineering to get this to work in terms of exact measurement for the pipe. But more than that, the actual issue I had was the tub fitting itself. Normally these tub fittings come with a 90 elbow that comes right off the tub. So what you have to do is create a large opening underneath the tub to get that to go through and connect up to your overflow drain. And so what I decided to do is manipulate that a little bit. I used an oscillating saw in order to create just a gasket, and instead of a 90 turn directly, I made it shoot down, and then I connected it to the bottom, and I'll show you that when I go outside. But I wanted to show it to you from the inside to show you how the tub looks. The only other reason why I put this foam, by the way, is to give this cast iron, it does, I mean, even though it's pretty solid, it does vibrate a little bit. So I wanted to use the foam to insulate it and glue the actual tub down. Obviously the cement board also will hold it in place. But let me take you outside. All right, excuse the camera work. Alrighty. So I'm just taking you outside through the container. I have the doors open. So the tub is right here, and you can see I haven't put the back wall on, but you can see the cement board, and you can see the outside, some of the foam. Here's the drain itself, how it's coming in from the outside. And so let me show you actually how it goes. So this is the water outflow, or the air intake for the tub. And then of course the drain is somewhere right here. Let me show you where that goes. So close this door. Alrighty, so this is where it comes out. And so I'm gonna have to do a 90 off there and take it out. But what I wanted to show you, let me see if I can get underneath here. All right, in terms of the container, where I've actually plumbed this. All right, come on here. Let me see if I can get a good shot of it. All right, so you can see one angle here of how it was plumbed. Let me bring you to the other side, actually. Sorry about that. All righty. Here we go. So here's the other side. Maybe you could see it a little bit better. But anyway, that's the 90 that connects the, there's a T that connects the whole thing. There's the 90 down there for the drain itself, and a 90 for the overflow. Well, actually, it's going to become a drain too. So I'll show it to you one more time from this angle. So the difficulty here in this container is you have these, obviously the flooring supports that are metal. So you have to ride between these two joists here and there. And so there's not a lot of room to work. But once you do that, get it under the floor, you can get it to come out like so. And then ultimately I'll put some kind of a support bracket underneath to hold it in place to the container, and so that I can connect it over here to my 90. And if I need to, this PVC could be cut somewhere underneath here in order to move this container if I have to get it underneath the actual lowest point in the container, which would be this steel right here. So anyway, ultimately I do want to make this container transportable if I have to, and so the plumbing that I did here will facilitate that. And the other thing with this particular drain, I'm going to only have this one drain for my gray water that's going to be in my bathroom. So the tub is already connected to it, and ultimately the sink will tie into that. I have a double sink that I want to put in the bathroom, and then that will be also tied into the overflow that I showed you. Actually, I'll show it to you again. So from this side, here we go, it'll come into here, the overflow. Instead of there, this will also act as a drain, and so this will be the drain for the rest of the plumbing that I'll do, which will be the double basin sink that I'm going to use. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoy this. And yeah, so I am doing something that the tiny house movement is doing. I am recycling materials. Don't really have that much to recycle, but I'm doing what I can. Alrighty, shalom.